An entire week has gone by with 0 streams. I'm sorry. These last few weeks have been chaotic. Not even chaotic, just been a big old dum-dum. That's really it. But anyways, welcome everybody to another session of Convergence. I almost forgot the name of the set. I can't even. I don't know what's happening. Session 22. That's all I gotta say. Session 22. A little bit of things happening in the background. As I said last week, I have been thinking about other platforms a lot, and more so lately, given Twitch and their inability to manage their platform. So I mean, if all things go the way that I think they are, I might be starting to stream a couple of times a week over on Kick. I already have it set up. Just need to do some OBS stuff, and we'll be on over there. So if you guys are interested, I'll get the links up as soon as possible. Nothing else aside from that. Don't forget, I haven't forgotten about Torn Asunder. I know it's going to be a long time coming, but we are still in the process of getting that sorted out. Just been talking to the players, and we're just trying to make sure that all of, the stars align. But that will be continuing, or that will be starting on Sunday, most likely the same streaming time as today, just on Sunday. other than that, I mean, that's it. I don't know. The summer has really put a it slows things down for me a lot. The weather's been changing dramatically, and it's just been hot. It's been hot, and I've been a little sleepy. But without any other announcements, what is it? Morgborg. That is going to be. I did post the event list. It will. I think it's going to be the 26th, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be the last Wednesday of the month. If you guys want to, there will be a sign up for that. It is completely free. If you guys want to play a different TTRPG with the community, that will be completely separate from the current Sippy League Season 2 one-shots that we're playing through. So if that is something that you're interested in, more information will be posted up in the looking for group section of the Discord. So !Discord in the chat if you are interested in that. But I think that's it. That's it. I got no more announcements. Let's go ahead and get into it, okay? How about that? Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
How's everybody been? How's your week?
Good.
Alive.
Oof.
No, alive.
Man, I felt that. Same. Hopefully the fire hasn't affected you guys too much.
I mean,
not where we're at.
more
as much.
smoke than anything.
Yeah.
I mean, the smoke, that's the worst part, because then you don't want to go outside. You're just like breathing it in. If you have allergies, oh god.
I think that I would argue that being in the fire is the worst part. But,
you know, it's quick sometimes.
Jesus.
Very dependent on how far you go in.
Fair, I suppose.
This is a conversation we're having.
Yep.
It's fine. You know what? This is a topic that we might touch on later on. Who knows? Maybe something will be on fire later on. I don't know.
Hold up.
That wouldn't
I don't
surprise me
know.
at all, actually. But
Yeah, it's fine.
Before we start,
Yes.
I figured out what that phrase was. The Canadian term for U-turn is whipping a shitty.
Whipping a shitty.
Yeah,
Is that
whipping a shitty. Yeah.
is that for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds
Whipping a
right.
shitty.
I mean,
I
it
did
does
say it
sound
sounded
right, but
like
I've never heard
throwing
it.
I'm 36 years of age, and this is the first time I heard it. So yeah, class.
Whipping a shitty. Amazing.
Oh my god.
I still, to be honest, I like whoopsie boopsie more. To be honest, like, whoopsie boopsie. Like there's something about it just rolls off the tongue.
I mean, we can call it that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna.
You can.
Yeah. So every time, if you guys need to bust a U-turn, just say, "Oh, I got a whoopsie poopsie." Easy. Let's turn that into something. Let's make that real.
Can I do?
Jesus.
Can I ask a serious question?
Sure.
Sleepy, do you remember where I wrote down what infusions I took? Because after leveling, I'm replacing one and adding one. I don't remember where I've written them because I want a record so that I'm not cheating it or anything.
Okay. If there is none on your character sheet, I do believe that D&D Beyond, you have to specifically choose them, and they will be on the character sheet over there.
Oh, okay.
That might be able to do that. Also, for those that are here, please update your character sheets for the D&D Beyond. I would like to keep those. Just make sure that they're up to date. Thanks.
I will do that after session.
There's no rush to it,
Whoops.
but keep them up to date. That'd be cool.
One of those infusions are on my crossbow, right?
Yep.
Nuke's
I'm not
crossbow,
changing
rather.
that one.
Okay.
Crossbow
But
just stopped working.
if there are
Cheers.
no other questions,
What's the meaning of life?
I don't have that's ongoing. It's yet to be
Can you
confirmed.
kill me,
Well,
please?
Life is the leading cause of death.
these are some moral dilemmas.
I like trains.
Okay, well, that's not even a question. So we'll go ahead and take that as a yes, it's time to start. Well, oh boy, here we go. Do I have this all set up? Are we good to go? Yes, we are. They navigated through the hangars of Oban District, their eyes fixed on the ship that had arrived the night prior. With caution, they scoured for hints. The vessel had tamper protection, triggering an automated departure sequence that scheduled it for a flight around the nearby planet. They were forced to make a critical choice: seize the ship or attempt a risky escape. Complicating matters further, the station police swarmed the hangar, their clamorous banging and muffled shouts reverberating through the chamber. Their window of opportunity narrowed rapidly. With their faces plastered across the news as wanted individuals, the urgency to decide escalated. Vic lifted the grate, revealing an escape route beneath the floor panels. The containment sector was no longer safe. Harlan and the others had been compelled to flee as the station police set foot into the derelict. However, unfinished business still lingered. They gained a ship and the expertise of Yarva Daon. They located Bril Tavardi and found survivors willing to accompany them. Archon and the others prepared the cargo and crew. This was their moment. The long-awaited chance to leave Tenebrae Station. While a portion of the crews opted to stay behind, those determined to escape boarded the vessel. They were hailed by the station guardian ships. They bought precious time as Yarva skillfully engaged them. But their cover was blown. But fates aligned. Katrina set course to the cosmic sea and initiated a swift jump to safety. They were finally free of Tenebrae Station. As you all settle in, you feel as the ship itself, after coming out of jump, everything returning to normal. Your vision kind of blurring as it's a strange feeling. You feel the infinite stretch of traveling great distances in a short amount of time. It's unsettling, but eventually the ship itself stabilizes. But you are free of Tenebrae Station. With that, we'll go ahead and head over to Vic and Nuke. As you now are seen as there's dozens of people kind of like standing by their bunks, holding in position. You hear kind of like whispers and cheers, kind of not fully aware of what's happening, but knowing that there is adventure ahead. What are you guys doing?
Has the rapid propulsion of the ship kind of calmed down a bit? Because I'm pretty sure we left off with Nuke hanging onto Vic's leg.
Yeah, yeah. You are just coming out of jump, and it is now just moving through just the mass of the ship itself, trying to stabilize itself.
I guess I would just be looking around, so I would still be out the back with the majority of people.
Yep.
It was a panic. It was in Nuke's head. It was like a rush to make sure this was successful. Everybody got on. I don't think he can just yet accept that he's off the station just yet. Just looking around, watching everybody, various 100 plus people. Takes a deep breath and just slowly walks around.
Vic, go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Sure. Five.
There is a distant pool. You're not sure from where, but Something beckons. It's familiar. That's it.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. He kind of just shakes his head a bit and looks around at the group and just kind of yells out above everybody, "Is everyone all right? Any injuries?"
And you see her just like talking amongst themselves. No, we're okay. And you hear a lot of voices shouting through as most things that fell over in the jump are being picked up, but no injuries, at least in the crew quarters. Seems everything's okay.
Yep.
You do have a now slowly clinging or pulling away from clinging to your leg nuke.
I just kind of put my hand on his head and like help him like move away from my leg. You were right there.
I wiped drool off the corner of my mouth. Well, that was a bit intense. What's the chances of them coming after us? I mean, the warp capabilities, they've got that as well, right?
I'm not certain. I believe actually you know more about these things than I do. The last one I was on, it, well, died. So. Well, did it die? No. Nope, it didn't die. It
Got
what
taken.
happened to it? Did it just get taken? Why didn't we just leave? Because we didn't know how. Never mind. Anyways, no. This is only the second time I've been on one of these. It's somehow this jump was better than the last. Less jolting, I guess. And we didn't go as far.
Maybe, I don't know, we should go see Katrina. Maybe Kaelin's with her. Let's just, I don't know, see what happens. I don't even think the ship has any guns. So if they do come after us, we're kind of fucked.
It would appear that way. Yeah,
I'll
I
be
suppose
honest.
let's. Yes, but
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna agree to say I suppose we should check on the others. Everyone down here seems fine.
See you around here with everybody. What way's the bridge?
I'd been to
there?
the bridge once already, I think, when I was talking with Katrina before, and I come back down. So,
Yeah.
I will lead the way.
Okay. And you are more than happy to roam around the ship as you see fit.
Which way was the bridge?
From here would be north of you.
Okay.
Before, or I guess while we're walking, I look around. Can I see Targon? And if so, or Targon or his wife?
Through the main halls, it would be over here.
Ooh, there's layers.
Yeah. Why can't I ping? What in tarnation? There we go. Yeah. Through those, there is the bridge. Go ahead and say that one more time, Nuke.
Wait, say what?
You said something.
Oh, about the while we're walking toward the bridge, I just kind of keep an eye out to see if I can see Targon or his wife.
Okay. Yeah, and making your way into the crew quarters, you do not see Targon. It seems as though he, pretty much fucked off and did his own thing. But while you're making your way to the bridge, we'll go ahead.
It says that we're already on the bridge, actually.
Wow.
So if I click on
Yeah.
bridge, it brings me back to where we are.
Yeah.
And upper goes to
That's
the common
bridge.
room.
Yeah, that's the bridge level. Uppers are different. There's other like rooms and stuff. Over here is where you.
I'm confused.
Over here.
Oh, over that side.
Yeah, this
You
is
said
where the
north.
main halls. Yeah, it is to the north, but you know.
Hey, are you sure you know where you're going?
Yes.
All right.
All right.
So, as you both make your way to the bridge, we'll go ahead and head towards. Let's go and see what Kalen is doing. Kalen, as everybody is loading the ship and everything closes up, what would you have been doing?
So after we take off and we've helped everyone get onto the ship safely and everything, we'd
Your
probably
mic is cutting out very hard right now.
Is that any better?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
No problem.
He would probably be looking around the ship to get his bearings, and would almost certainly like find the engine room
Mhm.
and just be curious and sort of, start looking at it, how it works.
Okay. And in the time after the jump, looking around, you do see, entering the engine room, you do see Targan. You see he has a tablet very similar to yours, and you see him like checking through something. He's tapping it and inspecting the engines.
Everything all right?
Oh yes, I'm just trying to keep myself busy, making sure that everything doesn't, blow up or something. Safe travels and all. Just a simple checklist.
He's kind of muttering to himself as he doesn't really break eye contact with the engine that he is currently inspecting, but just having a conversation. Still, just eyes locked onto his tasks at hand.
Kalen will approach and put his eyes on the engine.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a thing, this. I must say, I'm very fascinated at how it might work.
It is a marvel. And strange thing about it is that we've had it since the beginning. These machines. I spent a lifetime trying to understand and learn from technology that has already existed. You could
have you-
really lose yourself in the study.
Perhaps it's not the worst thing. What have you learned so far?
Well, reconstructing the main fuel source, converting the core energy into an actual thrust, has been the strangest tech thus far, but in my years, actually we were able to replicate a lot of the ships, so before we spent a lot of time just repairing what has already been created. And over the course of the last century, we spent making new ships, trying to improve on an old design.
And I suppose I may be rather technical, but what is the method of propulsion? How did you get something to move in, well, an empty space?
And he goes and kind of, for the first time when talking to him, he elaborates. And you get a sense that engines, propulsions, this was his wheelhouse. This is what he did. This is what he spent his time researching as a child growing up. And his eyes do meet yours, breaking down everything, kind of explaining how the energy that the cores produce, turning it into an actual propulsion method. They're not 100% sure how the actual energy especially being more electrical in nature versus some type of like accelerant that is used to burn. But talking the intricacies of these engines has been something that really kept his attention. And for the first time, you see that like human side of Targan coming through, especially through all of like the tendrils and the stretched skin across his body.
I do have an idea on this. I suppose after he goes into his explanation, Kaelin's eyes will bold. Never thought of moving something that way. I think I can use that for something else. And he quickly takes out his tablet and starts designing something. He seems completely focused on it. I'll message you what I'm doing.
Yeah, for sure. And through your time, any type of conversation that you have with Targan, he's always meets you with input on design. Any question that you may have about engine and propulsions can be had there. But with that, moments go by as both Nuke and Vic enter the bridge, watching as the vast cosmos start to zoom by, or at least moving. You see small pieces of debris just floating in this just vast emptiness. Star systems from distant can be seen. You do see as Harlan sits at one of the consoles, tapping away, the screen lit with star maps, structures that build the cosmos themselves. Katrina, what would you be doing in this time?
Pretty focused on the bridge at the moment, trying to maintain the ship itself there, and well, still getting familiar with it. We've only had a couple hours to get used to it, so pretty focused.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't even notice him walk in.
Yeah, you don't even hear the door in the back open. As you both walk in, you do see, as there are not many people in here, aside from the familiar faces, Yarva at one console, Harlan at another, Katrina looking over the main bridge console in the front panel. What do you guys do?
I think
Oi,
Vic just
Captain.
goes... Vic just goes straight to one of the windows and just like goes basically right up to it and just looking out into space.
Go ahead and roll me a perception.
Sure. Perception. Come on.
This is fine.
With the wisps of energy that make up the cosmos, you are called back to that moment that you and Alpha became one or reunited. The space that encompassed all of your vision, the star systems that seemed to expand from you. And in that brief moment, you see these veins faintly through the star systems in front of you. But it quickly vanishes from sight. Just these wisps of flowing energy that seem to follow some kind of current across, branching out like a web.
And it was something that I saw out there?
Something. You're not sure. I mean, it might have just been cosmic dust. It might have been something, but seems as though there might have been, but it's hard to tell. As it vanishes, it might have just been a hallucination.
He's kind of just staring at the window again. He'll shake his head and once again and just take a look around the bridge and back towards where Nuke is. Well, we're not on the station, that's for sure.
To be honest, I'm kind of finding this hard to believe. I mean, I've wanted to get off that station for so long. Katrina?
Yes. Hi. Sorry. How long have you been standing there?
Sorry to startle you. We just arrived.
Oh, good. Good. Sorry. Just pretty focused at the moment.
How is everything up here?
Looks to be going well. The ship is in decent condition, so we're
Better than decent condition.
it's brand new.
I brought this puppy up. We're good to go. As Yarv
And
returns.
nobody's following us?
Let me check. What would it be to check?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Oh, rip. Huh?
You're doing blind rolls.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, blind rolls.
Was it good?
Reveal to everyone. It's
It
not
was
bad.
decent.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
Checking the
Oh, wait,
scanners.
it was there.
Anything
Got it.
at a distance. It doesn't seem as though there's any signals, any blips on the radars.
Looks quiet so far.
And just, out of curiosity's sake, if somebody was to come after us, what do we do? I mean, can we do that warp thingy again?
We got one jump. And if that, it's not gonna be a big one.
This ship isn't exactly meant for combat. Typically, something like this would have an escort. So it'll be interesting. Let's just not get caught, shall we?
Indeed. So, we're heading straight for Zeals then, yes?
Yeah, no detours. We're going right there.
Oh, so excited. I feel like peeing.
Um,
Actually, I need to
oh.
pee.
Go down a couple rooms there. You'll find something.
Nobody's got a bottle?
God.
No.
There's rooms for that, Nuke. You don't need bottles anymore.
Been a while since I used a functioning toilet.
Don't worry. This shitter's brand new.
I'll be right back.
It's
And the gods help you if you piss all over my ship.
It's not gonna be brand new in a minute, is it?
I'll let you know. I go to the toilet.
Okay.
Vic just turns around back to the windows and looks out in space and is like, how do you know we're going the right way?
Done this many times. Not
Well,
with
looks-
something nearly this new, though.
Harlan does turn. I'm making sure. I'm keeping track. He puts up, and you see a hologram kind of fill the area. I've had this area mapped out for some time. These are the star charts that we follow.
Like old times, eh, Arland?
Like old times.
So you use these stars to tell you where we're supposed to be going.
Mostly. There's some internal calculations that the computer does, but most of the time, if you're in a pinch and you know what you're doing, you can find your way.
And what if they were to change?
Well, that would prove difficult, wouldn't it? Sure, anomalies happen here and there, but if a drastic change were to occur, then I mean, you would be dead in the water.
Is there any particular area on these, like this hologram, that I would recognize as where I saw that like flash of vein going through?
Go ahead and roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Sure. Yeah, that tracks.
Unfortunately, looking through, seeing the major star systems labeled, it's a lot of information to take in all at once, and you can't really match given your knowledge of the system itself.
No, Alpha may be young. He had knowledge behind him that I don't even think he knew of. This all seems similar for some reason. I've never seen it.
And looking at the star charts, you really do get that sense of familiarity. It's uncanny. The fact that
something.
you have. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's just something about it that's. It's familiar to me, but it shouldn't be. That's why Alpha was so scared. He didn't know.
Didn't know what? What did I miss? By the way, I feel 5 pounds lighter.
It's uncanny. Just this whole area, and I guess in case you missed it, there's like a hologram of like the star charts and whatnot up in the bridge right now. But all of this just seems familiar, but not my own memories. Must be from Alpha. But there's no way that he would know this either.
Alpha was like a week old.
Exactly.
He did seem kind of weird though. Like he kept getting these I don't know, it was like he was like almost remembering shit. But kind of miss Alpha.
He is not gone. There's nothing to miss.
Well, I mean, I was considering, I saw him do this thing once, where he like picked shit up, but inside him.
And you were wishing to do the same, yes.
Oh. He
I'm
told
aware.
you?
His memories are mine.
Kinda weird.
It is. Especially when they don't make sense. Was... wait, no, it was... Did he... no. How long will it take us to get to Zeals?
Harlan chimes in. If we keep this pace up, should be about a week and a half.
Right.
Are we going as fast as we can?
Go ahead.
About as fast as we can without a jump.
I mean, I guess a week and a half is not going to kill me. I waited 23 years, so I can wait another week.
As long as we don't really have any delays, any interceptions, any surprises, a week and a half should do it.
And I mean, if anything, we can just go back to Tenebrae Station. We can go pick up a faster ship, if that's what you want.
I give him a
Absolutely never going back to that station. I mean, I will get off of this ship right here. I will swim to Zeus.
I don't think you can actually do that.
I mean, I know we call it like the cosmic sea and everything, but you do know that it's not an actual sea, right?
Well, I mean, I know it's not water, but I thought maybe, if I shake my arms quick enough or something. A little bit of momentum,
Right.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like I said something dumb?
I'll let you figure that one out.
Where's Kayla?
You're asking the wrong person.
This is a large ship. I'd imagine that he's checking out the tech. See what he can find out. He's always in the search of knowledge, after all.
Actually, Sleepy, do you approve of what I sent you?
Yeah,
The second thing.
yeah.
Okay.
I think that'll be cool.
So Kalen has finished what he was doing and he's excited and he comes into the bridge where
Okay.
the rest of you are.
It's all the way
And,
down at the end of the hall.
I'm pretty sure we're like straight up north
Mhm.
down that hallway. There we go.
You'd go up to Vic and he would say,
Oh, here he is.
just had an interesting idea. Vic, do you still have your javelin?
I have a few of them, yes. I kind of pop open the a hatch on my back and pull it out. I have one.
May I see it for a moment?
You need more than just the one.
No, just the one.
Hand him a javelin.
Okay.
All right, Kalen will Kalen's gonna take out small, sort of looks like a copper band, but it's incredibly thin, such that he wraps it around the handle where you would hold the javelin, and it seems to sort of sink in almost. It's so thin that you can't actually feel a crease between it and the rest of it. And okay, should work. Now, may I see your throwing hand?
Sure, what is this about? I'll I guess extend a hand out to him. It's the same one that my hammer extends from, but
Out of character, you're gonna regret saying that.
wait, what? Regret saying what?
Asking what this is about.
Okay.
So Kalen takes a sort of small chip-looking device, and he starts to place it into your on your palm, and he's trying very carefully to make sure it's flush with your hand and it's not going to interfere with whatever else you're doing. And he's going to begin, while he's looking intently at this, he's going to start explaining. Well, so I was in the engine room and I was trying to figure out exactly how the engine propels us through space, as space is a vacuum, it has no matter. regular propulsion requires some sort of mass to be ejected, but the ship appears to have none. What I think is happening is it's the core somehow is producing immensely cold temperatures when it needs to, and immensely hot temperatures when it needs to. I'm not sure the mechanism, but it's able to use that fluctuation of temperature, massive fluctuation of temperature, to exploit the quantum locking effect. It somehow changes its quantum field so that it can move itself forward but in perfect control. And so I realized that if I can miniaturize it and have two sides to it, that when you throw this javelin, you can move your hand and exploit this exact same effect to have it return to you.
If I'm understanding you properly, which I doubt that I am in this case, I throw this and it comes back. Is that right?
Indeed. Right out.
I don't believe I should throw it here.
Oh, of course, what am I thinking?
I would advise against throwing it here.
Fuck it, do it.
You throw that,
No,
and I'll throw Nuke.
Are you asking to be a target, Nuke?
I'm just gonna back out of this conversation.
I didn't think so.
Sorry, I was just wanted to see if it worked in action.
It sounds fascinating.
Well, just when we get to Zultz, perhaps you can let me know when you try it, and I'd like to see it firsthand, make sure it's working properly.
Is there a pillow perhaps somewhere? Maybe we could put it down the hallway. A little ways. I could hit the pillow. But then it may go through the floor. No. Don't want to ruin the ship.
Please do not ruin the ship.
Fucking better not ruin the ship.
I believe Yarva's already expressed concerns on that regard.
It's all right. It can wait.
Afraid it may have to. But thank you. This is.
Of course.
Does it feel any different than a regular javelin, or like?
No, it shouldn't. Basically, like, think of it like your hand has a super advanced version of a magnet on it, and you can sort of control at will the return. Basically, your javelin turns to a returning weapon.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And if you needed to test anything, you can always head down in the cargo hold. Sturdy as hell.
Suppose there is that. Should we?
Would you like to
try it
come
out?
try?
I suppose if there's no harm down there to be had.
Looks again at
Looks at Yarva.
his name.
Yarva.
I don't see any problems. I think y'all be fine. It's reinforced, so it's made to take abuse.
All right. Let's try this thing out then. Cargo hold is where exactly?
And as you walk through, you do remember that the cargo hold is down the hallway over here.
Okay.
But as you go to test your new toy, welcome everybody to the Panic Mobile 9000. As clearly this is the name Yarva slightly sighs at the mention, but this is your ship. There are things that you can do. This will be your home for the foreseeable future, at least until you return to Zeals on your trip. So you can walk around. Everything is labeled. Places that you would like to learn, know. You just ask the questions. After Katrina learns the controls, most things are autopilot. It's just a matter of just understanding the gauges that control the switches that navigate through all of the menus that required, but obviously manual control is still an option, especially in certain cases where manual control is required. But yeah, welcome to your ship. This is yours. You can roam around as you like. We will be traveling for some time, and I hope you enjoy your stay.
All right. Cool.
There are lifts on either side. There is one over in the crew quarters to go down or go up to the upper levels, and there is also one next to the brig on the bridge level. So if there's anything you guys would like to do, anything you would role play out, anything in the meantime while they are testing, just let me know. Is there anything anybody would like to get done? Any conversations to be had?
You know what I'm up to.
Nuke. In the time, is there anything you would like to do?
I'm not even sure Nuke heard the end of the conversation with Vic and Kaelin about them going testing the new toy. When he approached the window, I mean, this was first time since we got on the ship that he's actually had a clear view of outside. He's just watching, taking it in, and he gets struck by that memory of what he saw or what he thought he saw when Vic and Alpha merged. The view outside kind of prompted it, but just thinking to himself, a lot has happened in the last week and a half. Just quite contemplation.
Okay. And in that time, as you look out in the distant cosmos, we'll go ahead and follow Vic and Kaelin into the cargo. The room cluttered, but you can find a decent line of sight between the far ends of the cargo hold. There are boxes and crates tied down, pretty much ratcheted to the ground, as there are hook down points and tie down points. The walls are covered in various lockers that everyone is using. You do see a couple people kind of walking around, making sure, checking inventory. Nobody that you recognize, but they are among the crew that had boarded along with you in the hangar during your escape from the taint.
Okay. I don't know. Just use one of their bags as target? What am I hitting here? Do I really need to hit anything?
I
Suppose
guess
not.
we'll look around to see if there's maybe a cargo pallet or something that's not being used.
There we
That
go.
would serve as a backstop.
Yeah, there are definitely some free pallets that have been offloaded as the ship has been, or at least some of the supplies have been moved into their rightful places.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll lean up one of those.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack for me.
Sure. I'll just use the javelin, I suppose. Consume ammunition, mineral resources specified. Oh, okay. Wait.
Do not consume.
It's not even letting me roll for it. Oh, there we go. No, it's just not letting me do it.
Hmm.
It just says javelin is designated to consume ammunition, but no resources specified.
Ah, okay, hold on.
I also do have another thing called Javelin of Returning, but I
Yeah.
haven't set it up yet. So
We'll go ahead and just put it as no resource consumed. Go ahead and try again.
Yoink. There we go. Normal. I see. Normal.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Kalen, go ahead and explain how your new invention works. What does he see? What happens after he throws it?
All right, so when he throws it, looks exactly the same as normal, almost disappointingly so as it impacts. Maybe it does, I don't know, like a little bit more damage than it would normally do. Since it does give you a +1 on
Yep.
attack and
does?
damage rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Like it does look like it strikes a little bit truer, which is cool. But then afterwards, Vic is sort of standing there for a second.
Yeah, I just kind of look at you like, now what?
And I sort of I gesture to him and say, open your hand a bit.
All right. I just open my hand a little bit.
And when he does that, the javelin appears to like almost reverse time, but very, very, very quickly. Like you almost see it begin to levitate slightly, and then it shoots back directly into his hand. And before he even grips it, it just stops right where he would hold it.
Fascinating. You
Oh,
just
it worked.
developed this.
Well, yes, it was primarily looking at the engine that gave me the idea. And honestly, extremely glad that it worked as well as it did. Thought I'd have to go through a few iterations.
It seems to work quite well. I kind of just lightly throw it again and pull it back again, and kind of like playing catch with myself, basically.
Getting a fill for this new weapon.
Mm-hmm. You know, Caitlin, I'm still like throwing it and whatnot, not really looking at him, just staring at the pallet. We will find her.
Alan sighs. Yes, I'm sure we will.
I know it can't have been easy leaving that other ship with the coordinates of where she'd gone, or with the route on which she'd taken. It wasn't safe.
You know, I said it before, but I'm worried that one day you'll leave again. Not because she's taken anywhere, but she doesn't need me.
Oh.
But I think it's making me more self-reliant in a way. And perhaps that's for the best in and of itself.
I believe that now that we are all on this path. We all started this path. There will never be a time where any of us does not need the other. We're all in this now. We know what's happening, and the rest of the world, or worlds, don't.
I suppose that's right.
As much as she
Still,
does leave on her own, quite frequently, it would seem. Again, it just thinks back like that's kind of why we're here in the first place, really. But, I believe she does so to help others, not for her own gain.
Kalen sort of chuckles. I thought I was the one who trusted her actions.
Hmm. Perhaps it's this other being that I have with me now. Softened me. I understand now why she felt she needed to follow whatever this voice was. If it was helping others, then it can't have been that bad, right?
I suppose not. I simply worry that, well, why can't she tell us?
Perhaps because she didn't know how to. It's difficult to explain something that you do not understand yourself.
Suppose.
She wanted to know what it was and why it was telling her what it was before revealing more than was necessary.
You really believe that?
I think I have to believe that. Given the, I guess, yeah, you were there in the bridge for a little bit ago. Given the unexplained that I now possess as well, I believe I understand.
What do you mean?
Well, you were there when Alpha and I became one. You saw what Nuke and I saw, correct?
Out of character, I'm pretty sure I failed the hell out of that perception check.
I know Katrina did.
Yeah, I think,
Okay.
I think we
I
both
failed.
did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the excuse, or I think the justification was that, like, it was,
Oh, right. Yeah,
like, Kalen was too upset, so.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This door doesn't just go straight up to space, does it?
Oh, it does.
Oh,
In fact, you see is there's like this faint force field through it. You can see these large gaps in the outside hull, but you can see outside.
okay. We can see outside.
Yes.
I kind of just like throw the javelin one more time and pull it back. And walk towards the door then. And I'd look outside. Like when we merged, it looked a lot like this for a brief moment. But it wasn't, even then, didn't feel new, didn't feel like a new experience. It felt familiar, as this does, as in the bridge, Harlan showed me the charts of the stars. It became more familiar. But these familiarities were not from my past. Therefore, they must have been from Alpha's.
Alpha was what, mere hours old as far as we knew
Indeed,
when we found him.
I'm aware. Alpha is still young. He should not have memories of anything out here.
Vic, suppose I need to ask her. This is rather concerning. Are you all right?
In what way?
I'm not sure myself. I feel concerned.
There are experiences from Alpha that I now possess, that I can feel. And they're not my own. They're not anything that I've ever been used to. Fear is not something I've experienced often. But Alpha was full of it. He was afraid of many things that he did not understand. And this seemed to be a lot of it. Don't know why he knows this place or how. He does.
Say that is confusing.
I'm aware.
However, I will say that part of experiments I myself have seen things that are not my memories. I do understand the feeling.
You know,
Whatever it is, we'll figure it out together.
I'm sure we will. It is strange, though. Everything from Alpha is clear. Well, most of it, anyways. But from before, it's now scattered. Everything before that I knew is faint. It's a distant memory now that's hard to piece together. Still there, still. There are still
Could be
things I
to
must
do-
do.
Could it be due to your memory cores? Would you like me to take a look?
It's possible. I mean, I did take a significant amount of damage. It might be worth a look.
All right. I guess, are we doing that now, or?
I don't know, are we?
I mean, you got anything better to do?
I mean, it's like we're gonna be on here for a while. Nothing
Alright,
currently. I
probably-
suppose.
Probably move on to other people while
Okay.
that's going on.
As you gather some equipment to look through Vic to see what is going on. Is there anything you all would like to do? Nuke, Katrina.
Nuke first.
I think at this stage, Nuke would like to wander on back to where everybody is, where the majority of people are. He hasn't yet seen Targon and Beryl meet yet. Essentially, we came back with her. She got on the ship, then he got on the ship, but yeah, Nuke would like to make sure that they at least found each other. And it's just become acutely aware to him that he, I don't think he told Beryl that Targon may be a little fucked up. So, yeah, he's just gonna move back looking for them.
Okay. So you would be searching through the ship to find who first?
Well, either of them. I think I would go back to where myself and Vic were first, and if I can't see anyone, I would just wander on through the ship looking for them.
So you would be heading
it
into the
doesn't
crew's
matter.
quarters at first.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter which one I find first.
In crew's quarters, go ahead and roll a perception check. You specifically individuals. There are a lot of people that are sitting around. Most people have settled into their bunks. Idle conversations happening between people. Most of the individuals in the crew quarters are not crew specific. Seems though they're along for the ride. Not really having many tasks, though you haven't found anyone. You do see as the couple people pass you along the way, heading to the lift, the far end of the room. The lift closes and they head down, or up, rather.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know who these people are? Like, can I tell? Like, are these people, like, does Archon just have, like, a massive family? Are these, like, people who work for him? Is he just being altruistic and just helping people from the taint out?
Go ahead and roll a history check. And you're seeing familiar faces. You see a handful of individuals that are part of Archon's crew. Not necessarily ship hands, but people that you've seen closely around, or at least worked in the casino that Archon had run, the Cosmic Crush. You do see as there's a few of them sitting around with smaller children. Possibly their families.
Yeah. Because there was curiosity with what he was bringing as well. All those, yeah, whether he was like, I don't know, massive drug merchant or something, setting up. He was just gonna set up business on Zeals. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's that. My intent is just to find one or both of either Beryl or Targon. But yeah, just walking around taking things in. I mean, this is an interesting situation we've gotten ourselves into.
Okay.
But yeah, I would wonder. No immense hurry, but yeah.
Would you have
Walking
gone
through from-
down or up, or would you have stayed on this the bridge floor?
There's more. Do I know if there's more rooms on this level that I haven't been to yet? I mean,
You
the
can- I
bridge,
mean,
crew quarters, and
You
toilets.
are allowed to roam around. This is free roam at this point. Yeah. Yeah.
You want to have a look and see what's in here, then? I guess.
Yeah. You can look around. In the meantime, while you look around, every area is fairly labeled, so you can go and check for everything.
Cool.
In the meantime, Katrina, what would you be doing as you are now getting familiarized with the ship? The controls are fairly standard. You're starting to get a sense that this was at one point a military ship, and there are a lot of controls for weapon systems that have no longer or were no longer needed.
Oh.
Had been repurposed in some ways. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Oh shit. I will perceive things, maybe. Yes.
You will absolutely perceive things. Looking through weapons lists, any type of kinetic weapon is not available. Any type of like physical ammo. There are 2 energy cannons, though they are showing depleted. Not fully depleted, but almost depleted. Seems as though weapon capabilities are minimal.
We have enough for an oh shit moment, but that's about it. And maybe not even then. Okay. I guess. Who's all on the deck still?
You see a few random deck hands that are controlling or manning some of the controls. You do see Harlan hasn't really left his spot at the navigations. Yarva has walked in and out a few times, but he is pretty much going through and making sure that all systems diagnostics, considering that this is a christening flight for the first time for this ship in a long time after repairs had been made and it being docked for some time. He's just making sure that everything is up to par.
Harlan is still here?
Yeah, he hasn't left his station.
Harlan,
Yes.
what do you have planned when you go to Zeals?
Honestly, a lot of the same. First things first, probably looking for Talis and see if there's any signs of him returning to Pernios or news. I wasn't able to find where he was sent as the scuffle right before us returning to Tenebrae Station. I couldn't recall the coordinates that he was sent to or proximity to.
I see. So you're still working with solving this convergence then? You haven't given up on that?
No. I
Good.
dare say that I found myself desperate, of course. Lapse of judgment.
It happens. But can't let this just go. Things are still moving.
And he turns around, not facing the console anymore, turning to you. There's so much risk to life, and a lot that we don't know. Have you
you found anything?
Had I found anything?
Go ahead and roll a history check. In your time, the hundreds of years that had passed, little has changed. But more and more, as time went on, you started to notice that strange blips would happen. People falling into fortune, falling into fame, things that are unexplained aside from it being luck. As most people would chalk it up to just luck, dumb luck. But you know better. You know that when luck is beyond explanation, it's too many coincidences, and you start to pick up on traces. Things have been moving rapidly, so more pieces are coming in close proximity to one another.
I'd say the rate that these fragments are coming together is concerning. Something is definitely happening.
My thoughts exactly. Considering that Renault, Talus, they're all finding their way to Zeals. Data Smalls.
Yep. Faces in the past.
And now with Medea, they're close.
What did you know about her fragment? Did you know anything?
Well, from what she had said, little was known. It didn't pass hands. Nothing specifically from her fragment, no. She was a bit secretive with what she divulged.
Did she at least tell you when she found it?
Refresh my memory. Did you...
I did.
You did tell, right? She said something a few years back. Found it in a ruin. And things have changed from then, or at least escalated.
I was gonna say, jog my memory. Did things start escalating a few years ago?
From Katrina's point of view, there had been a drastic change, specifically on Tenebrae Station as well.
If what you say is true, things began to escalate when that was found.
Which means the pieces know if they've been manipulating everything in their favor.
Or they are all with somebody. I don't know how many more are still hidden.
Well, hopefully, if it's in our favor, a few. If not, they've all been claimed. It's only a matter of time before they find one another.
We'll have to be careful. If they all end up together, make sure it's in the right hands.
Let's hope. And you do see as the look of concern on his face, knowing that he couldn't. Go ahead and roll an insight, actually.
Nope.
There's this mournful look in his eyes.
It's not ideal to keep the pieces. Dangerous even. But it's more dangerous in their hands.
With what Talus is capable of. At all cost.
Mm-hmm.
We must stop him.
She'll just kind of turn back to the controls and keep doing her thing.
He turns back and goes quiet for a moment. And you do hear as he does chime in one last time. It's glad to have you back.
Likewise.
And with that, Nuke. Seems as though you wandered into the engine room.
Yes, but first I wandered into the room just above that. Sorry. The weapons depot, it looks like.
Yes.
What exactly do I see here?
You are seeing a lot of nothing. Most of the cases, anything that held, at the very far end, you do see as there is like an ammo return, as a section in the back would be anywhere like kinetic ammunition would be loaded. Something that would be any type of projectile. You do see as some of the system controls on this side of the wall, they are giving some readouts. Oh, hold on. My God, thank you so very much for, oh my goodness. Grace Onyx, thank you so, oh my God.
Freaking legend.
Welcome in, thank you so very much. I try not to break from story, but thank you for coming in with that gifted bomb, my goodness. Welcome in. I hope if you've been here, I hope you've been enjoying your time. Thank you so very much for that. But, Nuke, as you look through, looking at some of the readouts, you do see as there are a few, readouts of energy weapons, and there is one person on the console just kind of running diagnostics on the weapon system. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Perception.
With a 22, you see as he is in the process of connecting and being able to divert energy systems to shielding. Though, looking at the readouts, you do notice that there is some kind of damage on shielding, though hull levels are all looking at they're looking at like it is repaired. Everything is like hull integrity is solid. However, energy systems and shielding
is currently being in the process of being brought back up and online.
Shielding. And you said somebody was on it. Who was
Yeah.
on it?
Yeah, there is just an individual. You recognize him as one of the crew members that had come with you when you went to go meet with Beryl in Sector 3.
Okay. And can I see? Okay, so they're trying to get the energy and shielding up. Is there like a progress bar, or are we talking? Yeah. Do we like get any more information? Can I gauge?
What are you
until
looking
it's
for
up?
specifically?
So somebody's here in front of me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Standing. He's basically sitting at the console right now, like looking at all of the diagnostics and stuff.
What you doing?
What you mean? I'm trying to get everything working.
Something's not working? I thought the ship was like ready to go.
Well, considering, from what it looks like, this was a decommissioned military ship, so, well, weapons capabilities are minimal. However, thankfully, looking through, it turns out that Yava didn't disable everything, which is pretty good.
Oh, I was only asking about this as well. So, you seem to know your stuff. If somebody was to follow us, well, we can fight them off, or...
Probably not.
Oh,
If it's a small ship, no energy shields, probably. If it was just a personal vessel, we might be able to do something, but if it was more of a well-equipped ship, possibly a pirate or what have you, we might be dead in the water.
oh.
Let's hope it doesn't go to that point.
And do we have shielding ourselves, or... I mean, if somebody was to fire upon us... It's one thing to, not be able to go on the offensive, but if we get fired upon, are we essentially fucked?
That is 50-50. So, if it's kinetic weapons, we should be fine. There is, the hull is durable on this ship. This was recommissioned for long distance freight, so hull integrity, we're fine. As for energy weapons, that might prove problematic, if you will. We have
And there's,
either a few shots with our energy weapons, or we can protect ourselves from a few shots. Seems as though the cores for energy weapons were not replenished, and we're running on old stock.
Well, I mean, at least it's something, right? I kind of thought, as being a decommissioned ship, we had nothing at all, and then I stumbled across this place. I'm a little bit more optimistic. Sorry, what was your name?
Oh, my name's Aaron, sorry.
Aaron. Nice to meet you. My name's Nuke.
Pleasure's all mine.
Well, I'll get out of your hair then. I'm looking for somebody, so does he have any hair?
This individual? No, he's completely bald.
I chuckle. See you soon? I'll
See you
wander
soon.
on out
All right.
with a bit of swagger, now knowing that we have at least something, which is better than nothing. Seeing the lift ahead of me and a door below me, I am going to just finish off this level. before continuing on to another. And I walk through this door.
All right. As you enter, you can hear the whirring of the engines themselves. It's devoid of most people, as there are 3 catwalks that are kind of nestled in the area, walking up to the sides of the engines. The main engine, or at least the bulk of the engine, right in front of you. As you do see, as Targon right now is kind of staring around again. You're not sure how long he's been doing it, but he has a tablet in hand, the walking stick in another, and he's looking from the tablet up to one of the engines.
Just the person I was looking for. Targon.
Yes.
Targon. So you're what, hiding out here?
No, I'm just making sure that everything is working. The engine's making sure. Yava does some fantastic work, but just to be safe, better be on the safe side than, stranded out in space.
Did you know we found your wife, right?
Sorry, I was very, busy making sure that all of the engines are fine and dandy. What was it now?
You know we found your wife, right?
Oh, yes, I'm 100%. Thank you for that, by the way. I don't have anything to give you right now, but I'm sure, I promise you that I'll make it worth your while.
No. Absolutely nothing necessary. I just wanted to touch base with you. So you've spoken to her?
There's just, we just took off and making sure that our flight through is unimpeded. It was a lot of things to do. In the meantime, I haven't really gotten around, in passing. There's just moments, we're 2 separate people, and there's just a lot of busy work, making sure the first launching, and he just kind of trails off.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem nervous.
Well, what do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like you're I don't know, avoiding her.
I don't know. It's just, we just left, and there's plenty of time for heartfelt reunions and everything. It's been 50 years. What's another few hours, right? It's fine. It's definitely nothing.
Nuke does not believe him, but he won't push any more than that little rebuttal. Well, can I get you anything or do anything for you? You thirsty? Hungry?
I mean, how long has it been since we left? You see,
I don't know, a few hours.
I mean, a snack would be fine if that was okay. I mean, that would be. I have had a lot of work here, so haven't really had much time on myself.
I pass him over a ration.
Yeah.
You can have some of these. I'll leave you to it. Don't stay in here. I mean, it's good that you're looking after things, but come, I don't know, see other people. Even come to the bridge. Harlan's up there.
No, I just, and he kind of looks at himself. I don't want to be a bother. There was a few people were staring when we were loading in cargo, and I just want to stay out of the way a little bit, at least until people get settled in. I don't.
Nuke is looking at him, trying to find the words. He understands. He's sensing that Targon is ashamed, how he looks, and probably just anxiety in general, being around so many people, being alone for so long. But at the same time, he doesn't want to push him. So it's just kind of I don't know if it's awkward, but it's certainly a longer silent look. I'll come back in, I don't know, an hour or so, and yeah, we chat. I got a couple of people to see anyway. Make sure everybody's okay.
All right. As you pass over a few rations, you do see as he opens one up and he kind of just like smacks on it while he returns to his duties. You walk out of the engine room.
Yeah, my intent will be to go toward the elevator, just kind of walking along, feeling quite sad.
Mm-hmm.
It must be quite difficult. I know I told him he was ugly before, but you know, kind of with everything that's happened and everything he's done for us, you know, it's kind of humanizing the whole situation. You know, from seeing like I guess a mutated looking monster initially is what I saw, but you know, getting to know him, and then obviously, you know, telling us about his wife and whatnot. I just feel sad. Just thinking about that while I wander to the lift.
Okay.
If I come across his wife, I would probably speak to her, but yeah, I just take it as is.
All right. As you are making your way through the ship, we'll go ahead and return to Kaylin and Vic. As you both... Are you staying in the cargo?
I guess that'd be more of a question for Kalen, because Vic doesn't know where else to go, but if Kalen's built this spear, maybe he went somewhere to do it. So somewhere with like more supplies would be Vic's idea, but he doesn't know if there is a space like that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you have seen a lot of like holds, but cargo areas seems to be a place where most people are, or most of the supplies are.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Sorry, Kaylin.
Oh, you're fine. Would I have seen a like workshop in the ship and looked around a little bit?
There is a workshop off to the edge of the cargo hold. At least that's the one that you've seen. Searching through, there was a workstation in the weapons depot as well that had been unused.
Probably would be a good place to go.
Okay. And that would be over here with both of you.
Mm-hmm.
This would let me ping. It's not. Cool, dude.
Oh.
Here we go.
There we go.
Oop, I closed the door on you guys. Sorry. I'm getting a little trigger happy on clicking. But you both make it in. By this point, there is no one standing around. You did see somebody that had been in here, but they had walked off. But the area is currently unoccupied, as on the far wall, you do have a workbench. or workstation that you could use for the time being. Various tools, equipment on the table itself. There is a diagnostics panel across, unlit, being off currently. As you make your way in.
I guess we will go there and I'll turn that on so that I can get a better idea of what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I will likely need to power down for you to properly access and repair memory banks if there is damage done to them.
Can I do like a knowledge check to see if we would need to power him down just to do the diagnostic first?
Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check. Looking through, trying to see, you're not 100% sure if you would need to or not. You've never really seen a unit like him be powered down, so you have nothing really to compare it to.
Okay. You say so. It's not going to do anything harmful, will it? Shutting down?
I suppose that depends on what you find.
Well, even if I find something, I'll turn you back on to let you know before I make any changes. Try and fix anything.
All right. I will, I'll like basically go to the corner and lean against the desk and just kind of like hunker down and power down.
Okay. And this is different for you.
Mm-hmm. It's been a
Never really-
long time
Yeah,
since I've powered down.
but things go. Go ahead and describe the feeling or what people see. What would
So-
Kalen see?
He'd kind of walk over to the corner and look at the bench, and you'd see him like contemplate whether he needs to stay standing, or if he needs to sit down, or if he needs to like what he should be doing over here. But he knows that he needs to balance himself on something. So he ends up kind of just kneeling down. You see his knees bend in a weird way and whatnot that you haven't seen before, but it works for him somehow. And he just kind of sits back and looks at you. And you see like within like the red, his red eyes, essentially the red glow of his eyes, you see them kind of shimmer and flicker a little bit with, as they power down, and you swear you see just like a faint blue line go through before eventually they just power down.
Right. Guess I'll open Vic up.
Okay. You
Thank
take.
God he's a constructor. This would be a very dangerous surgery.
Prostate check.
No.
Go ahead and roll an investigation.
Do you have an answer for my question from before?
Was it in?
In Whisper.
Uh,
'Cause you said you'll check, but it applies to this situation.
yes, it's fine.
Okay.
You
And
can-
I get advantage.
Woohoo! Oof.
For all the fucking good it does me.
This is fine.
You go through the process of unlatching the panels, seeing the intricacies of the layered armor that sits upon the frame that makes up Vic 32. It's finely crafted, and each layer sits like clothing, but it pieces together. You remove the chest piece, and it clasps from the center core, and it starts to open The hatch slides down and the core finally reveals itself. The process of getting access to it versus it being shown through the window that Vic could. It makes you nervous, given that this is the life essence that makes up Vic. But as you open the chest cavity, it hits you. The core itself is not on. The crack still remains. And through the frames, all the hydraulics, the hoses that run through the muscles of Vic are not active. These soft blue tendrils run through the form, vanishing further into the precisely machined parts, the components that make up his body. You can see them pulsing, energy flowing from one point to another.
Galen will look in awe at what he's seeing. It's as with so much that he's experienced in the last couple of weeks. He's just astounded by how many new things he's been seeing and how incredibly complex his machinery is, how advanced, despite how sort of long Vic has been around. Without touching anything, I suppose he would think about what material the core container is made out of. Sort of thinking of, if he were to go about trying to repair it, how could he do it?
Go ahead and roll me a history check. You search your mind for a while, and you remember finding a book a long time ago. The Histories of Einvium and the process of refinement. How delicate something that most people see as just a natural occurring crystal. Magic in intangible form, and the processes that are required to make such a core. You remember something of how the refinement process shouldn't even have been possible, but through ingenuity they managed. As for repairing cores, you remember that damaged products, the structures that made up the Einvium, the refined Einvium, once damaged, it's hard to repair aside from making an entire separate core itself, or whatever you're trying to make. It is the one object from Cerulean that has a specific refinement process that makes it hard to repair, rather than make an entire brand new piece. However, looking through all of these tendrils that run through the form, they're a lot more organic than you would have thought inside, and you're starting to see that it is simply, it's familiar. It's not running through his hydraulics. It's not running through. It's simply on top of it, merely holding the form of Vic together. The energy itself, that glow that you once saw in the core itself, now mimicked through these tendrils that run through the frame. You can see it pulsing and moving, undulating.
You said I'd seen this before. Are you talking about just with Alpha?
Mm-hmm. Alpha, go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw.
Sure. Oops.
Things have been cloudy, almost quiet. You've seen the stars, you've been dreaming. And with that, go ahead and give me a dream that Alpha would have.
I guess it would be when he was in the storage area of Targon's place, off in the corner. But the way that Alpha dreams of it is he is in a corner, but all around him is the vast expanse of nothingness before seeing I can't remember, was Medea still there at that point? She was, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Before seeing Kaelin and Medea slowly coming into view. And as they do, the path behind them kind of comes into view as well, to slowly reveal the rest of the room. I think that's kind of that'll be how he dreams of that situation, that memory.
And that point at the very end, when Targon took his cane and poked the form of Alpha. Kaelin, you watch as the tendrils that intertwine with Vic's form start to solidify and pull. Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
You find yourself awake, pulling away from the form that stands in stasis, offline for the time being.
I feel like it starts out with those gel stress balls that you get sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and when you squeeze it, just a big bubble ends up coming out of one side.
Yeah, the rubber stretches and bulges
Yeah.
out.
Mm-hmm. It kind of starts with that as Caitlin's looking at it, and it just bubbles out and starts to bubble and grow before eventually he ends up just a puddle on the floor essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And then a little slightly more solid ball with his two eyes kind of swirl up and up to the top, and he makes a somewhat cylindrical form. Am I still exhausted?
Oh no.
No, I
You're
don't
not.
think so.
Yeah.
All right.
Kaelin, you see the form now solidifying. The form of Alpha as it pulls away from Vic.
I feel like Kaelin would be a little confused. And mostly thinking oh shit, what did I do?
Alpha kind of solidifies in a kind of like an orb-like form almost, just like a solid sphere. And the head kind of turns around and looks at Vic's form on the ground. It's like, oh, what happened again?
Wait, what?
What? How did he die this time?
He didn't. You powered down.
I
Going to check your memory banks. Why did you separate?
didn't. What?
Why are you out of your own body? Did I do something wrong?
Slow blink from each eye. Like blinking out of sequence from each other. I'm not quite sure I understand. Didn't... How's everything so foggy? Can't think of anything.
Let me just check something quickly and then get you back in order.
All right.
No one's gonna look for where Vic's memory banks are and see if there's any damage.
Alpha's gonna like just slowly slink out into the hallway and look around where he is.
All right. Go ahead and Kaylin, roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Ooh.
As you're looking through Vic at the different components, you start to realize that a lot of the function, a lot of the energy sources, memory banks, they have been offline. They've been offline for some time. Seems as though they weren't even powered on.
And yet he was still remembering things.
It's strange.
Vic. What? Alpha. This is odd. Your memory banks are off. They're not powered. I don't understand how you're remembering anything, even in your own body.
I don't. Alpha's just like out in the hallway. He's still looking around. He's like, I don't know. Where are we?
It's all right. We're on a ship. Perhaps you should go back into your body for now and turn you back on and see what we can figure out. All right?
I suppose. I guess the question for the DM is, how much does Alpha remember?
Go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
That brain fog still remains, but you get glimpses of walking through these halls. This is familiar to you.
Oh, god damn it. Okay.
Seems as though that possibly your dreams might have brought you here. You have faint recollection, not full memories, but fragments.
He kind of turns back to walk into the room, but it takes one last look down the hallway. It's like, but I remember this place. Been here maybe in a dream? He kind of starts to wander a little bit like towards down the hallway, basically.
Mhm.
Hey, don't close the door. Just like running his like goopy hand along the wall.
Alpha, wait.
Like, what?
Come on, we've got to get you back into your body. I'm not sure if what'll happen if we, leave you out for too long.
I'm not sure either, but
Come on, come with me.
wait. Oh God, how would...
What would Alpha do?
That's the question at hand, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should I do a persuasion check?
I mean, you...
I'm not good at them.
I'll allow persuasion and
Yeah, go for it.
Alpha. You
Yeah.
just choose however you rule it.
Okay.
Whatever you want to rule it as. Oh God.
Okay,
Well,
that works.
Go ahead and
Yeah,
rule it
that
however
makes it
you
easy.
like.
Okay. He's just gonna... I don't understand, though. I need... What is happening here? How do I know this place? He'll continue
In
walking
accordance-
forward, but go ahead.
In accordance with the Nat 1, Kalen's gonna follow and very much ramble as he sometimes does when he's talking about technical stuff.
Mm-hmm,
Well, your memory wasn't exactly right. It was fuzzy as Vic, and so we were doing a diagnostic, and you powered down. I opened your chest cavity to see what was wrong, and well, here you are, and I'm very concerned at the potential consequences. And he just keeps on going like that.
What do you mean as Vic? I'm not Vic. Am I Vic?
You are
No.
Vic. Almost somewhat positive.
He just like he gets to the door here and he turns around and looks at Kalen. But then why don't I remember? And he just slinks underneath the door.
The door does, when it feels the pressure, it does. And you make about halfway through.
Oh, okay. Then I turn around again and look at the bridge and look at all the windows.
Staring out at the vast expanse of the cosmos, you do see as several familiar faces among the crowd. Katrina, it was at this point you do hear that. Go ahead.
Can I flavor one more thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, in accordance with the Nat 1, Kalen is going to say in an incredibly unintentionally malicious tone, "Come on, Alpha, I'm not going to hurt you."
Oh God.
And Kalen genuinely means that, but
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
But
This
you
could
do
not be
hear...
going better.
Yep. But you do hear some commotion behind you, Katrina, as Alpha
Oh dear.
walks in behind you, followed by Kalen we'll go ahead and take our break.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So stand
That's
up, do
fine.
your stretch, get a snack, whatever you need to do. And we'll be back in 10 minutes.
All right.
Just
See you all then.
FYI, I feel like this is how my conversations go in real life.
Excellent. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yes.
Thanks,
Holy fuck.
Pam.
No problem.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
It's a lot to
Life.
unpack.
All right.
It's a lot to unpack.
Okay.
But yes,
What
we
is
will
happening?
return. Everybody go ahead and hit that AFK, and we will get back once I see everybody's AFK relieve themselves. I don't know,
Okay.
something like that. But yeah, we'll be right back. Thank you guys for hanging out today. We are going to be taking a 10-minute break, so make sure to stand up, stretch, do all of the things that you do in intermission. Lots of exploration on the ship. Hopefully things are moving. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, from going from a hostile environment to finally having a break, it's quite different, So yeah, we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for hanging out today. I really do appreciate it. If you like what you see, if you've been enjoying yourself, do consider dropping a follow if you haven't already. Tell your friends, tell your family, get your dog to follow, whatever you need to do. Exclamation socials everywhere. I am on YouTube. There will be a Kick link soon, because I think Twitch might be dying, and we're going to go ahead and diversify where we are. You can catch all of the VODs over on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@NamSleepy. If you haven't already, do consider joining the Discord, where we run community D&D on a regular basis. So if you want to get in on some games that have no commitment required, if you just want to play one game of D&D and joining people in the community, you can do that. We will have a RPG or TTRPG of the month. This month is Morkborg, where we are just going to be playing a crazy apocalyptic RPG light game. That's it. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out. We will be back in a brief break. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to cool the room off. And yeah. So enjoy your time. Let's go ahead and mute myself for a second. Be right back. Hello there. I had a bit of a snack. I was, I don't know. I needed something to sustain myself. So I had me a bit of a string cheese. I do believe we are back, though. Thank you guys again for hanging out today. I really do appreciate it. Again, you know where you can find me. Exclamation socials. Everything. Join the Discord. Do all of those things. But we'll go ahead and... yeah, for the first time, I actually got a snack this time. Hello.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Hello. Are we back?
In theory.
I think so.
Hi.
Allegedly.
Okie dokie.
Now I'm back.
Excellent.
Hey.
As Alpha and Kaylin head back to the bridge, Nuke, you're wandering around the ship. Where did you
Fuck.
Where did you find yourself?
Oh,
Yeah, I went up the lift
Mm-hmm.
and I found myself in what looked like a hangar. Yeah, and I just kept poking about. Approached a door that I could see on my left-hand side,
Mm-hmm.
and open it.
Okay. You walk in, you do see a couple people sitting around. You do see a few familiar faces. You do see as Tanner's sitting around, and in one of the beds, you do see as there is a resting Baril Tavardi.
Oh, hi. Sorry, just poking about, getting my bearings. How are
no,
you guys
you're
doing?
fine. Are you okay? Need anything?
Faster transport to Zeals, maybe? No, I'm fine. Yeah, just poking about. It's a big ship. I've never been on a ship this big before. What's going on here? Is Burrell, real quick, is Burrell conscious, awake, or sleeping?
She seems to be resting. Her eyes are closed.
How's she doing?
I mean, she's a little exhausted, but she's doing okay. You know, things of this nature take a lot out of a older person. A lot of moving around.
Right,
She's in
right.
good health.
I mean, all things considered, I mean, it has been quite a few decades, segregated from the rest of the ship. Is she, asleep?
And he walks over, and you do see her kind of rustle awake. Looks around.
Oh. Hello.
No, hi. Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you.
No, you're fine.
You, how are you feeling?
She kind of looks down at her hands.
Tired, but I'm okay.
There's a visible, awkwardness. Nuke is clearly, hesitating to say something. You haven't happened to come across Targon, have you?
No, I haven't had the pleasure of seeing Targon. Hasn't shown up.
I mean, it's, it was quite a rush to get everybody on. There was quite a few people, and then again, you are up here, so, maybe he's down below.
I mean, I would have run to find him, but, well, all things considered.
Right. In our haste to you know, get you guys and get back to the ship, and then board everybody. I forgot to tell you something. Targon, may not, be what you remembered. It's been quite a while, and, you know, he was, you know, pretty close to, that contamination for, quite a while.
And Tanner was telling me something of that. How do you mean?
When she says that, I look towards Tanner, like, hoping that, oh, he's already told her. And then she says, what? How do you mean? Not really sure how to say this. He's pretty fucked up. I can't think of any other way to describe it. I mean, the years have not really been kind to him.
High or low? D100.
High.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, continue.
He's when I put it this way, when I first saw him, I was going to shoot him. He's a bit scary looking.
Oh dear.
He's a bit scary looking. I guess mutated, partially. Pretty mutated, to be fair. I'm finding this conversation really awkward.
I'm sure everything will be fine.
I think he might be ashamed. He's perhaps isolating himself from other people. He did seem a little bit worried a few days ago when we spoke about, going back to populated areas in the station. I don't know. I just want you to know, right? When you see him, don't freak out. That's it. That's my job done. I hope you're okay. Rest up. I'm gonna go this way. And Nuke just walks out like super awkwardly.
Okay. Thank you.
Love you. Bye-bye.
As you walk out, with the awkward tension behind, we'll go ahead and return to the bridge. Alpha, now walking in, seeing the vast expanse. Kalen walking in awkwardly. You do find yourselves just kind of among familiar faces. Katrina, you do hear that from behind you. You turn around.
Look up from the bridge for a second. Can't see Alpha, don't think much of it. Go back to the bridge, looking at the console. Look back up again. And...
Alpha doesn't pay you much attention. He just kind of very similar to what Vic did, but goes straight to the window and looks out.
I look at Kaylin concerned.
Kaylin is following behind him, still desperately trying to explain.
Katrina just kind of mouths what happened to Kaylin.
He is still explaining, so... sort of like, if you want to know, why aren't you listening? I take nat ones very seriously.
Are you doing all right, Alpha?
I don't think I am, actually.
Okay. Secondary question. Where's Vic?
He's on the floor of the other room back there.
He's what?
I kind of look back at Kalen. I think he's okay. It doesn't sound like he fought anything this time. Where are we going?
Back up. Vic is on the floor. Is he... Caitlin, can you explain to me what's happening here?
Been trying to explain the whole time. And then he continues with his explanation that is way too complicated and doesn't really make sense.
It seems that I came out of Vic. And he wants me to go back. But I don't even remember how we got here, really. Except this. And I'll look outside again. This I remember.
Kaylin, is Vic alright?
Well, maybe, probably, I think. I think we need to get him back into Vic's body as soon as we can.
I would agree. This is interesting and concerning. Alpha, how about we go for a walk?
You haven't answered my question. Where are we going?
To Zeals. I kind of wrap my arm around the goo and start to kind of slowly direct him towards the door. We're going to Zeals.
All right. I feel like... I assume that you're putting some force behind, like, trying to, like...
A little bit.
Move him. I feel like your hand kind of, like, goes through him. As it comes up the other side, a little bit gloopy. Because he's very focused and intent on the window and space outside. But he does eventually turn around and was Vic? How do I phrase this? Did Vic return to himself?
Return to himself?
I mean, the last I heard him, well, he was, I don't really know. It's all so blurry and none of it makes sense. What happened?
A lot?
I gathered that.
I tried to explain.
I imagine you were trying to. unfortunately, not everybody is as understanding of your descriptors as you would think.
Incredibly polite way to go. No.
The last I remember, I mean, I saw Vic, but he wasn't well. And then it's just fog. And then I was in the other room with Kaylin.
But your memories were less foggy when you and Alpha, or you and Vic were together.
You keep saying that. What do you mean together?
You don't remember combining?
You literally fused together into one being.
The head kind of like goes through the whole like gloopy body and whatnot. I was like, I can do that?
Apparently.
Why don't I remember any of it?
That I don't know. Looking to Kaylin for help.
Kaylin like shrugs. This is new to me as well.
I kind of look around the bridge and I see Harlan over there. Where's Nuke?
Last I saw him, he was going to the toilet.
Ah. All right.
Constipated.
Suppose he would need to. This is all so very strange. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to startle you, Kaylin. But
It give me quite a fright.
you and me both, really. I mean,
Can we get you back to your body now?
I suppose. But what if I just don't remember anything again? What if the next time that I'm me is, I don't know, in 200 years? What if, and I turn and look out in space again. What if I miss all of this?
If we've got anything to say about it, it'll all be here when you wake up, no matter how long that is. It won't be. Figure this out.
I have so few memories of my own. I would like to just build more if I can, but if you're concerned that it'll damage Vic if I'm not there, I can go back.
Can I I roll another persuasion check before I like to decide what I'm going to say next, whether it's going to be fucking terrible or
Yeah,
really
go
good.
for it.
Okay, middle.
Mhm.
Listen, we don't want you to simply go away. We just want to make sure that Vic survives as well. Maybe we can find a way for you to live in symbiosis. For now, I worry about letting Vic's body go uninhabited for too long.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, out of character, if I had rolled a nat 1 there, my plan was to say I'm not willing to lose
To risk losing Vic. I know.
lose Vic, even if it means I've gotta kill Alpha.
I know.
Uh,
I'm aware.
Yeah.
I know where you're going with it.
Like I said, if I got a nat 1, didn't want to say that.
Hmm. What do I want to do?
It's a 10, so it's
I know it's aggressively neutral.
yeah,
Um.
viciously violently neutral.
do. God damn it!
Nice.
Meet or beat, I guess, right?
I mean, I guess, but that was more. It wasn't necessarily a contested thing. It was just trying to decide how Alpha would feel towards it. Um. Yeah, I guess he would kind of start walking up towards Katrina, and I guess in between actually Katrina and Kaylin, and just be like, all right, I guess if I need to go back, I don't want you to lose Vic.
We don't want to lose either of you, but I'm just concerned about his well-being as well.
Trust us, Alpha. We're not going to let anything happen to you.
And just nods and takes one last look out the window before before turning around or partially turning around and looking at Harlan like, good to see you're here too. And he walks out the door. Oh,
I need somebody to roll a d8.
Nuke.
Okay.
You're the wait, no, Kalen's the D8 guy.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got
he
demoted,
got
yeah.
demoted.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Do I need to call anything, or am I just
Nope.
rolling it?
Just a d8.
Why is the game paused? I'm concerned.
Same.
Perfectly neutral.
As Alpha turns, looks out at the sky one last time, the vast expanse of the stars stretching beyond. Everything in the ship in that instant, you feel as something jolts it and energy strikes, causing the lights to flicker and blink. All systems you hear shut down. It blinks twice and starts to power up once again. You hear a lot of people starting to shout from the engine room all beyond. People are running back and forth. Harlan now clicking onto the screen, trying to get it back up. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. And he runs and he yells for Yarva as he runs past. The lights flicker out once again. The only light is the stars that are shining in from the windows beyond.
Can I run to the console and see what's up?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll an investigation. Kaylin?
I would do the same.
Okay.
Can I give her advantage?
Okay. Go ahead and
Oh, giving me
roll.
advantage.
Yeah, roll again.
Okay.
That is worse.
Oh, damn it. That was a roller coaster.
You're listening as there is almost a short circuit sound. And the screens are just stricken with this static.
What the? This shouldn't be happening. It's a new ship.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Off to the side, to the right, you look, and there is this almost this blob-like entity that is floating there, yellow and it's very opaque, and you see as it rotates. And think of it like the smile emoji turns. And it's looking in all of your directions.
Have I ever seen anything like this in my travels?
Go ahead and roll a history check.
God damn. Oh.
You're looking and being in the vast expanse of the void. You've never come across it yourself. But strange anomalies do happen as you turn and you hear this squeaking sound from the opposite side of the bridge. Another giant smiling emoji kind of floating there.
Not the emojis.
Oh no. After us.
You said these are like blob-like things?
Yeah, they're like these spheres that are kind of like undulating.
Huh.
Okay, fair warning. I've never encountered these before. But I've heard about them. Not much.
Alpha goes back to the window and like kind of watches. I'm assuming it's like kind of going past the window now, or is it
They're
staying
like
at
floating,
pace
just
with us?
like, yeah. And you can hear in the distance down the hallway, what the fuck is that? I don't know. Stay away from it.
Alpha goes to the window and he kind of turns his head sideways a little bit. He's like, just smiling at us.
And it is. Mind you, they're not on the outside. They're on the inside.
Oh, they're on the inside.
Yes, they are in here.
Oh, that changes things.
Yeah, they're inside. You look outside and there is this like cloud of lightning that is arcing across, and you can feel just the atmosphere itself. Like there is a pressure.
I would like to cast Detect Thoughts.
On it?
Yep.
Okay.
What?
And it's just surface level, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of text.
It
That is a lot of
is.
text. Holy crap.
Spells.
Is there a save? It is, right? There's a wisdom saving.
You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind in that moment. As an action, you can either shift your attention to another creature's thoughts or
Wisdom
attempt to
saving
probe
throw, yeah.
deeper. Yeah.
Mm.
If you probe deeper, then it's a wisdom save.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So surface level, what we got?
Okay. Surface level. It's weird. Like there are multiple thoughts, but the one thing you do hear, or at least the feeling that you get, is consume.
Oh dear.
As the spheres, you hear as they pop. And standing before you, you do see as there are creatures flanking either side. You start to hear shouts and then slight explosions from the distance. We're going to go ahead and end the session.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm so far away.
All I say to the party is they want to consume something.
But you do see as it does take a step, and it squeaks.
What the,
And that's what we'll end.
what the fuck?
What do you mean it squeaks? What?
Its shoes squeak.
Oh my god, it's freaking
Sin?
clowns.
Nissan?
Yeah. The boots are red and they're squeaky. This might
Nobody
be
put
missing.
them on. Nobody put them on.
God.
But we will see what happens next week. As you can now hear, there is faint sirens going off on the distance, and there are people shouting across the ship.
Oh no.
Nuke,
This wasn't the plan.
No, it was not.
Nuke, you as well started to see these figures around you. The popping sounds and the creatures. But we'll see what happens next week.
God damn.
You know what's crazy? Or I guess what's kind of sad is the moment you said, like, looks like emojis, I'm like, that's evil.
Yeah, it just like it was.
That shit.
It slowly turned its smiley face in your direction, and
Freaking
before it
clowns.
popped, the smile like turned into like more of a grimace. But it popped
don't
like
like
a
that.
balloon, and in its place.
You
in
just
I guess
yeah.
one last like strategy question. Were there like grates or vents or whatever in the floors between the levels, or is it all solid?
There are through the hallways, yes, but the main like bridge there, you can find a duct and sneak through the building, like the actual ship, but it would take a while to like learn the directions.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens next week.
Okay.
Cheers, DM. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you for joining this
Boy.
week. I hope you had fun. Lots of role play, lots of things being able to finally settle after the chaos that had been Tenebrae Station.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is much more peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
This is look, it's fine. You'll be fine.
This is fine.
This is okay.
We gotta talk about these cliffhangers, Sleepy.
It's okay. We'll be okay. Things are-
Sleepy's addicted to cliffhangers.
I like cliffhangers. Cliffhangers are fun. But thank you guys. We will catch you next week.
All right.
Take care, everyone.
Thanks.
Appreciate
it.
Bye.
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 Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for hanging out this week. As they rolled their first encounter, here we are dealing with these weird entities that happen to be on their ship at this point. But we'll see what happens Next week, if you want to catch up with anything exclamation socials, and go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube, youtube.com/@namsleepy. I cannot talk today. There are going to be new videos coming up. I cannot promise a time, but they are coming. That is something I can promise. They will be happening. They are going to be more short form videos that are related to all of the sessions, all of the actual plays that we will be having on this channel. We will most likely move the sessions over to YouTube one time. So if you ever want to catch up, if you want to keep up to date with everything that is going on, make sure to follow me on all socials. Come join the Discord, which I drop the announcements there first out of every place else. Yeah, probably a kick soon because Twitch is dying. I don't know what's happening. We'll see what happens, but thank you guys for hanging out today. I really hope you had a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between, have a good night, have a great day, have a great evening, wherever you are from. Just have a good one, okay? And we will be right back next week. Thanks, guys. Bye.